9 major changes that I hope will happen soon in Rise of Kingdoms. And I want to put every single one, and I want to talk about every single point that I would hope to see a change into the game into the future, or I will believe that this require a change. So let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. I'm Legend Ronnie, and today I have a very special video for you. There's a couple of things that really require a change into the game, really require a modification, an update. They can definitely do better. I'm gonna start with the number 9. The number 9 is a resource converter. Now what is that doing? In many other games you probably know or you probably have seen, it's one of those buildings that you can click on it and you can go and convert your resources. So for example, in our game we have 4 major resources. We have the food, wood, stone and gold. We all know that the gold is one of the most important resources. Now what can you do with a resource converter? You go to that building, you click the resource that you desire, and then you click the resource that you want to give away. So for example, you want gold, or maybe that building will only allow you to convert to gold, and then you click the wood or the stone or the food that you want to give away, and you just give all those resources and you convert it into gold. Now obviously the conversion is not one-on-one. The conversion is not going to be in your favor, but at least players that have excess of, let's say, food, wood or stone, they will be able to get some gold, because that is the major resource, especially once you reach tier 5. Number 8, probably one of the favorite for everyone. We want the gems back from the barbarians. This is also a major problem for many players. There is so many gem events, and obviously the game expects and wants you to charge. But then again, you have to think of the majority of players. So gems are one of the most important resource into the game, but we cannot input gems as the point 9, like trading resources for gems. That's not really going to happen, or this doesn't make any sense to do that. But acquiring more gems from barbarians, or more ways to acquire gems, that should be something that should be implemented, because they took something from us long ago, about a year ago, and it does feel it. We're still feeling it. These small gems that we get from these barbarians, for many players, it means a lot. So I hope that they either bring back a way to get more gems from the barbarians, or they bring more ways back to, or give us more ways to acquire gems into the game, because that's definitely essential. Even though there is plenty of events that you can acquire gems from, it's still not enough. There is so many events where you can spend gems on. There is VIP. The VIP cap is 18, and we all know it's going to go to 20. So right now you need 4 million VIP points. So there's so many ways you can spend gems on. It's just unreal. So definitely more ways to get gems, or more gems from barbarians. That should be something to be introduced into the future, or something they should definitely look into. The old barbarians, I think they were just lucky that I was clicking on a couple of barbarians and you saw gems. The old barbarians still give the same drop rate on gems, but when you go into the Lost Kingdom, it's like you're not seeing gems anymore on the barbarians. So this is a very old topic that we all know about, so hopefully they will do something about it. Point number 7. This is related to the KVK. Now on point number 7 is more crystal from forts. Now probably wondering why from forts and not from barbarians. We all know barbarians is easier to spam, it's easier to kill, even though the action points is the same to do barbarians and forts. Giving players more crystal from forts, it also increased the interaction between the players. We all know that a fort, it takes 4 minutes to launch a rally. It's usually 5, but if you have the fast rally maxed out, it's only going to take 4. And then is the travel time. Sometimes you wait for more people. So even if player will use all their marches to keep doing forts and keep joining forts, they will still be very limited on the amount of crystals they will acquire. So in my opinion, forts should give double the amount of crystals, because again, it's also going to increase the interaction between players, making players be online more often, and forts help the alliance as well and the players in general, and they will be super limited. Like, you have 5 marches, that's the maximum that you can get. So let's say in a 10-15 minutes frame, if you double the crystal, a player with 5 marches will be able to get around 30,000 crystals, right? So if you put that times an hour, they will be able to get 120,000 crystals. That's 1.2 million in 10 hours of just doing forts non-stop with 5 marches. Now, if you want to calculate that in action points, I know it takes about 300 action points to join a rally, so there's 1,500 action points times 4, that's 6,000 action points an hour. That's 60,000 action points that the player will spend. Now, we all know the action points are very limited now, so there's also going to be a limitation, like how much players will get. So if someone, let's say, really wants to spend all his action points on forts in a couple of days, they will get a couple of millions of crystals, but they will also spend a tremendously large amount of action points. So in all, it will just be beneficial for the player on how they spend their action points. Going next to the number 6 is the healing cost. I'm pretty sure that this is a topic that has been brought up a couple of times. Since the game has been released, the healing costs have not been reduced. Now, the healing cost is starting to become a problem because most people use tier 5 troops, especially in the season of conquest. With tier 4 troops, it's very hard to perform. The tier 4 troops are mostly being used either in garrison or in rallies, but not on the field fighting, which that's where you get your hospital bills from. So tier 5 healing cost. Now, if you are VIP 18, you have a total of 15% healing reduction. If you max your crystal tech and you get all the healing reduction cost, that's another 40%, and that will bring you to a 55% healing reduction. Now, at that point, the T5 cost is not as high as you think. So just to give you a rough example, like how expensive is the tier 5. So if I want to heal 10 elite Teutonic Knights, or if I just want to heal 1, this is how much you pay for it. This is the resource that you need to heal. Now, if I want to heal just 1 tier 4, you notice that it takes 20 times more for the elite Teutonic Knight to heal, and that is in terms of gold. So this is why the resource converter, this is why I mentioned about the resource converter as well, because that's one thing that will help. But also the healing cost of the tier 5 is pretty high, so reducing that, it will help tremendous. Now, I do have to mention that I'm VIP 18 on this account, so obviously the healing is already reduced by 15%. That's something that you want to keep in mind. Some players are probably not VIP 16, so if you're VIP 15 or lower than VIP 15, you don't have these healing reductions that I have, so probably for you is going to be different numbers on the healing of the troops. The reason bringing this point up is because something needs to be done other than the crystal tech. We all know that acquiring max crystal tech is not very achievable by a lot of players, and if something will be done in the future to help all the players to mitigate some of the healing cost, that will definitely prolong the KVK battling, the KVK fighting, because in the end this is a war game, and that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to fight for longer. Nobody wants 8 hours of fighting, then everyone is out of the resources, because here comes the important part. It makes a difference about the smaller players for how long they will be able to fight, because we all know that the bigger players, they can always have resources, they can always find resources and speed ups and so on, and they will be able to keep fighting. Going to the number 5 is the daily login rewards, and I'm gonna make sure to post a couple of pictures on the screen as I'm talking about it. This is something very popular and very common in the majority of the games. We just don't have it in Rise of Kingdoms. What we have into the game is some VIP rewards, and it shows you the total of points that you can get, and it doesn't matter how many consecutive login days you have. Most of the games, they have an event. When you click on the event list, or you can see it on the event calendar, they have a daily login event, and that is usually on a 30-day basis or a 28-day basis. It depends from game to game. So usually what I've noticed in the majority of the games is that they introduce a monthly login reward, which usually goes from day 1 to day 28 or 30, and a weekly login reward, which is only at the beginning of each month, and that is for 7 days. Now, those rewards can consist of 50% expansion, can consist of gold heads, can consist of VIP, some gems, experience, speed ups, whatever other stuff, but it should be rewarding for players logging in every single day. All the players that are logging in for so many days, they have so many consecutive logging days, and 755 is not a lot. There is players, and I have my other account which has about 1,100 days, and all I'm getting is 200 VIP points each day, so I really don't feel rewarded. But a daily login, that will be a total different change of things. Going on to the number 4, and I think I speak for everyone when it comes to the Golden Kingdom event. I think everyone is being a little bit tired and sick of doing that event. Not to mention that you can still fail on it. What I would suggest for the Golden Kingdom event, to add some tokens which allows you to immediately finish the event. So let's say that you've done the event completely, and when you collect the level 20 chest, to give you at least 2 tokens or 3 tokens that will allow you, next time you play the Golden Kingdom, to immediately finish the event. Now, if you choose to keep stacking up those tokens, then those tokens, they should just pile up. If you're really a dedicated player and you keep doing Golden Kingdom every time is coming up. But for example, you're in a KVK, you have a battle, Golden Kingdom is for 3 days. It's not really the event that you want to spend time on. When you log in, you want to go in and fight. So having some of those tokens, that will definitely help you out to complete Golden Kingdom. And maybe in the future those tokens can be introduced for the other events, such as EM Ballads and or Ceroli. Not the Ceroli Assault. There is the other Ceroli, the 5-man Ceroli, and that will definitely help out the players, especially when they are in times like Osiris League or special events or KVK and various other things. I think this should be something that they need to think about in the future, introducing these tokens to allow us to immediately finish the event or get the rewards from an event. Going on to the number 3 is Make Barca Great Again. And I think, again, I speak for everyone or for a lot of players. And we can all agree that Barca is probably one of the least used commanders in the game. In the end, a Julius Caesar, you can use it for 15% troops capacity. A Frederick, you can use it for 15% troops capacity. A Mehmed still has AoE and hits up to 5 targets. But a Barca, like, what's the deal with Barca? At Scipio has 10% troops capacity as well. So he is the least used commander, and the most important part, you have to pay for it. He is a VIP commander. You need to get the special privilege chest in order to get Barca. Now, if you want to get Minamoto is still useful. You can still rally forts, you can still kill barbarians. It has a lot of utilities, so it's never a bad investment. If I'm correct, Minamoto, if you buy all the privilege chests, it costs about $200, depending on the currency that you're paying on. It's from VIP chest 1 to VIP 9. You don't need all of them. You might just get it for like 185, but I'm just gonna sum it just to make it round. It's easier. So with 200, you get a max kill legendary. So that's really great. And after that, if you want Barca from VIP 10 to 14, he's 320. It costs 320. You get all the necessary sculptures, and you'll be able to max him. But to be very honest, once you've done your KVK 1, that's it. He's done. He's useless. Now, how many players will be able to get VIP 14 up to KVK 1? So there's just a handful of players that are actually doing that. In my opinion, he is the most useless commander in the game right now, because even if you think about, hey, they introduced Moctezuma, isn't he the most useless commander? Well, for a change, you don't have to pay for Moctezuma. You just unlock it from the Mightiest Governor, and he is a Barb commander, so he can definitely have utilities. But Barca doesn't have any kind of utilities, even though his primary skill is very unique. Decreasing damage by 25% for 5 seconds, that's definitely unique, but anything else, there's nothing good that he has. So I would really want to see a rework on this commander. I would really want to see Barca to be as useful as Minamoto. And I'm not talking by, well, LOL, any commander can rally force now, or pretty much with anyone you can rally force. It's not what I'm talking about Barca, but I want to see him as a commander that can have a utility. As the time is passing, we all have noticed that many of the legendary, they're starting to have a specific niche of utility. Like Minamoto, which I was mentioning, is just rallying force, killing barbarians. You don't really use it on the field once you reach Season of Conquest. But I want to see Barca to be a similar commander, because we pay for it, right? In the end, that's the only way you can get him. There's no other way. There's no free way to get Barca. So I would really want to see him be a commander that has a utility. Going on to the number 2, and I do have to say the last 2 will be the most juicy ones. The Mysterious Merchant. For me, the Mysterious Merchant is a very nice source of finding speed ups. But there is one problem that I'm not happy about the Mysterious Merchant, and that is the fact that you have to refresh it with gems. And I think that we can all agree that there should be different ways how you can refresh the Mysterious Merchant. Once the free refresh has been done, then you have to spend gems, and it's also a limited of refreshes. So even if you want to spend gems, you're still very limited how many times you can refresh. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, for me, the Mysterious Merchant is a very nice source of buying a lot of the stuff, like boosts. Sometimes you get materials with good price, sometimes you get speed ups, and various other stuff. Now, I think we can all agree, and I think I can speak for everyone, when gems refreshing is not really on everyone's liking. Or probably 98% of the players in the game, or 99, they probably don't even refresh. Not even when we have the Mysterious Boutique, the one that it gives you high reduced price stuff in this shop. Even then, I'm pretty sure people won't use gems to refresh this shop. But how about if we get different coins that we can use? So for example, if I go to the expedition, you go to the campaign, you go to the expedition, we have the expedition coins, 815,000 coins, and I'm pretty sure there is players that have millions of those coins. What can you buy from this shop? Again, you have to refresh it with gems. So I would say that Mysterious Merchant and probably even the expedition, we could use some of these coins from some of these events, and they should allow us to give an option, instead of refreshing with gems, to give us an option to choose different coins that we have from different events to be able to refresh the shops. Because I'm pretty sure that everyone would love to refresh the expedition shop to maybe have a chance to get more heads, more stars, and various other stuff you get from there. And same is from the Mysterious Merchant, to get speed ups with resources, to maybe get expansions, 50% expansion with 70% off, and so on. Because since I played the game, for me the Mysterious Merchant, it has been a great deal and a big part of my get resources, get speed up type of event. And it is very easy to proc it if you learn the time when the Mysterious Merchant pops up, and then you can pop it up another 2 times by training a couple of troops. Definitely helps out, so you can get 3-4 Mysterious Merchant. I also have another idea about the Mysterious Merchant. If they don't plan to introduce, or if they don't do the change of giving us an option with the coins to refresh it, the other option would be that the Mysterious Merchant should be permanent. Now, how is that happening? Because it always has a time, right? And once the time is passing, then the Mysterious Merchant is flying away. Now, my best guess is that they should prolong the time the merchant can last. It happens many times for me that I log in and it's probably days. when I don't see any of the mysterious merchant. So I would say that the time should be increased to either 4 hours or 6 hours. And once the mysterious merchant is gone, another one should pop, or it should just simply refresh the shop and refresh the chances to allow people, whenever they log in, to have a mysterious merchant active. I think that that will be in the benefit of everyone, either introducing the coin or making the mysterious merchant permanent and just make it pop 4-6 times a day, whichever they think or they do calculation to be the best. Now, going on number 1, and the cherry on top of the cake, is the VIP points. 200 per day. I already mentioned about it a couple of times already, and I think again I can talk for everyone that the amount of VIP points that we get daily is very low. When the game was launched, the max VIP was 15, and that is 1 million VIP points, which obviously is not a whole lot when you think about it now after playing for a couple of years. If you play for a year long and you log in every day, you get 73,000 VIP points. So there's not even 10% of VIP 15, but the VIP pool now is 4 million. To reach VIP 18, you need 4 million, and we all know it's not going to stop here. There's going to be VIP 19, there's going to be VIP 20, and God knows how many points you're going to need for those. I really don't want to know. Why I'm bringing this is because the smaller players are falling behind, and that can be a very huge concern in the future. My suggestion would be to increase the number of daily VIP points, to either increase it to 400 or 500 per day, to try to allow players to keep up with the VIP. So for example, if it's going to be 400 points, then people will get about 145,000 in a year, and if it's 500, they get 180,000 in a year. Now on a 4 million pool, even 180,000 is not a lot. That's 5% a year. Now obviously people get VIP in various other ways, but at least you know that even someone has not knowledge on the game, it will get VIP over time. So with 180,000, he will get VIP 10, and he will start getting a taste of the VIP. He will start understanding the importance of the VIP, of those permanent boosts. He will start generating gold heads, and that will probably motivate him to go more towards the VIP, because we all know how important the VIP it is. It's almost as important as having commanders. So I'm pretty sure that something can be done about it. Now the second thing that I had in mind is about doing it by consecutive login days. Now if someone surpassed the 365 days, they should get another 100. If someone surpassed the 730 days, they should get another 100 on top of this. And if someone surpassed the 1000 and something, they should get another 100, and so on. You get the idea. So if someone is playing for 5 years, they should get an extra 500. They should get 700 a day. I mean, I think that is a very reasonable login reward for players playing and logging for 5 years, because hear me out, if someone stops login for a week, you can lose this consecutive login. So whoever you see having 1,000 and something days, 1,200 or whatever the number of days, that player or that account has logged in every single day since the day it started. So if that's going to be interrupted, then the bonus is lost. So I would say that there is something that can be done regarding the VIP and regarding how many VIP points people can acquire. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you approve some of the things that I have talked in this video. I would really hope to see some of these changes. I really think that most of them are very crucial and need attention, something to be looked at. Maybe some less, but some of them definitely need a lot more. Until next time, this is your boy Ronnie signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.